Okay. Hi everyone. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these, but okay, hi everyone. It's been a while since I've done a stream, but I got sent this letter by a friend of mine the other day, well, earlier today actually, and after having a read through it, I thought I'd pass it on to everyone else, because this is a bit of a cracker, to be honest. It's an open letter to Jean-Claude Juncker of the European Commission, President of the European Commission in actual fact, by a chap who, well, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, actually, who is chairman of INEOS, or INEOS, which is a fairly reasonable-sized chemicals company. And he seems to know what he's talking about. And so after reading it through, I thought I'd share it with everyone else. I've been having some thunderstorms recently, in the last half an hour, so if you suddenly hear some crashes and bangs and it sounds like the world's coming to an end, it's just the storm starting up again. Anyway, saying hi to everyone in the chat. So without further ado, let's get on with it, shall we? Let's see if we can actually work OBS for once. Okay, here we are. Open letter to the European Commission, President Jean-Claude Juncker. Dear President Juncker, are you quite mad? Was the reaction of one well-known CEO of a European chemicals company when INEOS publicly announced recently its huge €3 billion petrochemicals expansion in Antwerp in January of this year. The first of its kind for a generation. Nobody, but nobody in my business seriously invests in Europe. They haven't for a generation. Everyone in my business does, however, invest in the United States, the Middle East, or China. Or indeed all three. The USA is in the middle of a $200 billion spending spree on 333 new chemical plants. China has spent that sum annually for many years, constructing its own chemical building blocks. Europe, not so long ago the world leader in chemicals, has seen its market share in the last decade alone collapse from 30% of the world market share to 15%. This is an industry that employs over 1 million people in high-quality jobs in Europe, and 5 times that in indirect jobs. Worldwide, chemicals is an immense industry, considerably bigger than that of the automotive sector, with revenues approaching $4 trillion. Europe is no longer competitive. It has the world's most expensive energy and labour laws that are unwilling, or uninviting rather, for employers. Worst of all, it has green taxes that, at best, can be described as foolish, as they are having the opposite effect of how they are intended. Europe going it alone with green taxes prevents renewal, as it frightens away investment into the open arms of USA and China. It pushes manufacturing to other parts of the world that care less for the environment. To get a sense of the importance of renewal, a 70s car, will emit 50 times the pollution of a modern day car. Chemical plants are not so different. The USA is in the process of renewal. Immense building programs are installing the world's finest chemical technology, which has a fraction of the emissions we saw a generation ago. Old units are being shut down. The USA doesn't have green taxes, but it does insist on the very highest environmental standards before it issues permits for new builds. So let's step back. Europe remains an industry built 1 or 2 generations ago with old environmental standards and has frightened away new investment for a new generation of green taxes, or for a generation with heavy green taxes. America has welcomed new investment, but on a condition that it has the highest possible environmental standards. It has created new investment, new jobs, and improved environmental emissions. Europe has done the opposite on all fronts. I know who looks smarter. I have an immense interest in preserving the environment. I see wildlife being slaughtered in Africa, forests burning all over the world, fish stocks being decimated, and I fully believe that we must arrest global warming. But Europe, going it alone with green taxes as its main strategy, has got it wrong. As for the question posed to me at the outset, are we mad? The answer is no. INEOS is uniquely able to impart huge quantities of cheap energy and feedstocks from the United States of America, and we have no market risk, as all the product that we produce will be consumed by our own INEOS businesses in Europe. But don't expect others to follow. They will be welcomed by the USA and China with a warm smile and a good strategy. Europe reminds me of the charge of the Light Brigade, immortalised in Tennyson's wonderful poem, full of valour and good intention, but the outcome will not be pretty. Yours sincerely, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Chairman of INEOS. And this brief letter, which I think fairly well covers the strategy of Europe and how it's driving Europe's chemical industry and various other industries into the ground. Why Honda have recently pulled out of Europe altogether, and why many other car industries may do the same. Because Europe's basically socialist strategy of taxation, not so different from Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's recent sort of punishing of Amazon, or pushing Amazon out of New York. Demanding these taxes pushes these companies away out to other countries where they will continue to thrive. All it does is punish the local area. Europe, the EU, is in fact destroying itself with its insanity. Green taxes do nothing for the world other than do more harm. And I just thought I would basically bring this to everyone's attention. It's quite amazing to me that this type of letter doesn't happen more often. And, well, quite frankly, I'm staggered that the European Union is blind to these things, and that it takes multi-billionaire industry leaders to actually tell them, and we hear nothing of it. This is the first time I've heard of this, and this was actually written on the 12th of February this year, so that's 2.5 months ago. Nothing in the news about it. No one's mentioned it. It was sent to me by a friend, as I said. And the moment it came to my attention, I thought I would raise this, because a 30% world share market down to 15 in a decade is disgraceful. Europe being there to preserve European industry is killing European industry. And, well, it just goes to show. You tax stuff highly, and you'll cripple it. So yeah, I just thought I would have a quick read of that, and you know, if you want to make a comment, drop a line at the bottom of the video. Anyway, that's all for now. I might do something more later, but I'm busy this weekend, and all sorts of stuff coming up in the near future though. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, and hope to catch you on the next stream. Take care.